All right, guys, I have rigged a little situation here. You can kind of see it up here in this corner video. I have a box with my cell phone and some stuff here. I want to show you how to use a compass to construct the perpendicular bisector to a given line segment. We can do this in GeoGebra, and actually I'm going to have you guys do this in GeoGebra as today's daily check-in. This is one of the things that you might have to do, but I want to do it with an actual compass and straight edge because in the classroom, this is what we normally would do. So let's start by making a line segment. To make the line segment, you just start by putting a couple of points. So let's call these points A and B. I have to be careful not to knock this box too much, but A and B, and then connect them with the straight edge. My straight edge looks like a ruler. We're not going to ever, in this course, in geometry course, we're not going to ever use these tick marks to measure anything. So all it needs to be is something straight. It doesn't have to be an actual measuring device. So I'm just going to connect that, and now I have a line segment, and I want to create the perpendicular bisector of this line segment. So now what I do is I open my compass. I got this compass at Home Depot. It's actually the best. This is the best kind of compass to get, where you can. It has a little roller. Again, you don't need it for this course, this online course, because everything you do in this course can be done in GeoGebra. But you might want a compass in life. I once created a Wichita flag, like wooden house sign, and I used a compass extensively. It was very exciting stuff. So anyway, this kind is the best in my opinion, because once you set it, then you can go spin it around, and the distance that it's open will never change until you spin this wheel again. Okay, that's a big deal, because a lot of the compasses that you'll find that are built for school, the second you kind of squeeze it too hard or you pinch it too hard, you change the radius, and then that's bad. So for this one, for this perpendicular bisector, you can open your compass to any distance that you want, provided, so there is one caveat, it has to be at least halfway. So mine is barely a little more than, it is more than halfway, but it's barely more than halfway. I'm going to open it a little bit more. So now it's definitely more than halfway. And then you put the needle on one of the endpoints. In this case, I'll start with B, and you just swipe, make an arc. You're only going to need a semi-arc, so half of this. And then what you do is you turn it around and put the needle on A. Okay, I've made my point very big, so it's not clear where A actually is, because A is, infinitesimally small point. But you swipe again until these things meet now in two spots. And if you now connect the line segment that goes through these 2 points where the circles intersect, or the arcs of the circles intersect, you connect these and pretend that I went through there, right? Then this line right here, I'm going to call this L. This line does two things. Number one, it is perpendicular. So I've just created a line that's perpendicular to the segment AB. And number two, it bisects A and B. It bisects the segment A and B. So this point where the perpendicular line intersects the segment AB, if you call that M, that's the midpoint. Okay, so that's a very simple way to do two things, right? To construct a perpendicular line to AB, and also to find the midpoint of a segment.